Hello, and welcome back to Hitman. And in this series we will go back to where it all started, and this time round we will focus on completing as many of the challenges as we can on each and every one of the primary Hitman targets, with maybe a few interesting bonus kills on the way. Today we are in the Isle of Sgail for the final countdown challenge, which entails eliminating both of our targets after the constant has escaped. So for this challenge we will be starting in the harbour as usual, bringing with us a silenced pistol, some coins, and I've opted to bring with me the sedative bubblegum as well. So with that all said, let's get reacquainted with our targets, shall we?
According to ICA files, the twins are pampered socialites who get their kicks from treasure hunting. They stop at nothing to claim their prize. They have it coming.
So right from the start and off the bat, the first thing we are going to do is take care of the surveillance system. This will come into play a bit later on when we're upstairs dealing with Sophia. So we're going to make our way straight up the stairs at the end of the pier, past the main entrance into the castle, and up the drain pipe on the far side. And at the top here, just opposite us, we will see a security room. We're going to approach the wall by the door here, press ourselves up against the wall, pull out our silenced pistol, open the door just in time to see a guard go and stand right where we need to be aiming. So we're just going to wait this guard out. It's the guard on the far right, and he stood directly in front of the surveillance system at the moment, but he is now moving away so we can take aim and take out the cameras. There we go. So from here, it's pretty straightforward, as we've done with many of these other challenges. We're going to make our way over to the crypt area, and we're going to secure ourselves a change of disguise. Now there are a number of other guards that we could have taken out, but I just feel more comfortable taking out this guard in the crypt. It's just a nice, easy, quick disguise to get your hands on. So once we made it past the Phoenix effigy and into the crypt area, we're going to wait for the patrolling guard to move away from the sarcophagus. Then we can make our way up to the sarcophagus, grab the assault rifle that's sitting on the edge of it, and drop it on the floor on our way out. And eventually the patrolling guard will return. He will spot that gun, and he will move in to take that gun away, and he will make his way past us, and we can then subdue him from around the corner, render him unconscious, and hide his body in the crate provided. So from here we have quite a bit of running around to do. So what we're going to do, the plan is, we're going to knock out Zoe and Sophia before we go for the constant. Now the reason I've brought the bubblegum is you need to really bring some sort of sedative, either a sedative poison, a sedative syringe, or in this case the bubblegum. Otherwise you're going to have to resort to using coins, and that will take even longer. So once we have the guard's outfit, we're going to make our way into the castle area, through the gallery, and into the bathroom on the far side. And we are going to set up a coin trap, and we're going to lure in a few people into this bathroom and get them out of our way. So what we're going to do here basically is take out one of the guards, one of the ARC members, and Zoe's personal bodyguard, and Zoe herself, and we're going to dump them all in this room. So our first victim is the guard across the corridor from us, so we're going to render him unconscious when he comes in to see the coins, put him in the crate, We're going to collect up his gun, wherever that went to. That seems to have disappeared. That works in our favour. So the coin trap's still in place. We're going to throw our third coin against the wall once again with the door open. Now as you can see, Zoe is in attendance. Now that means things are not going to go well, because Zoe doesn't react very well to these distractions. As you can see, it's not actually working anymore. There is Blake Nathaniel. We need to keep an eye out for him as well during this. So what we're going to do is wait for Zoe and her bodyguard to leave, and then we can attract the young lady out in the corridor into the bathroom, and that will get her out of our way as well. So we're just going to close the door behind her, pounce on her from behind, render her unconscious, and hide her body in the crate provided. And then we're going to once again recheck our coin trap, which looks fine to me. So what we're going to do now is wait once again for Zoe to make her way through her entire routine and come back past this bathroom. Now we want her to get quite a way past the bathroom. We're trying to snare her bodyguard. If we snare Zoe by mistake, that will just delay things even more. And if we snare Zoe at the wrong moment, she will try and tell the guard at the end of the corridor there to investigate, and he won't investigate. So we need to try and time this just right so that we just get the bodyguard. Now, I think we may just have managed it. Nope, we haven't. So let's try again. But unfortunately Zoe is telling the guard at the end of the corridor about it. So no one will now react to these coins. And the guard will stand where he is, say he can't see nothing, and go back to what he's doing. And as you can see, I did not keep my eye out for Blake Nathaniel, and we've accidentally attracted him into the room, and he has stolen one of our coins. You cheeky man. So we're just going to wait for him to leave. He does take quite a while about it, because he did see the third coin on the ledge by the wall. So he is going to go over and investigate that. Yep, there's nothing there. Nothing to see here, sir. Move along, please. Thank you very much. So once we've dealt with Blake, we could have knocked him out, but we will have very little room in here for bodies. We are going to reset what is left of our coin trap, and we're going to place one coin on the floor just by the carpet, and again await the arrival of Zoe and her bodyguard, and this time once again try to snare her bodyguard into the bathroom without snaring Zoe herself. Just remember, they pause outside here briefly, which I think I forgot about in the last attempt, which basically kept Zoe within earshot. This time round I remembered the pause, and we have snared the bodyguard. So when he comes in to investigate, we can then render him unconscious. That's it, in you come, well done. We're going to hide his body directly behind the door where we've been hiding this whole time. Because there is no more room in the crate, obviously. We want to try and get him nicely tucked up into the corner. And I found that walking backwards seems to work quite well. So that will do. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. So our coin trap is still set. So next on our list will be Zoe Washington. Now, to snare her easily, even though we've already taken out everyone else, what we're going to do is, as she is leaving the gallery that she's doing just now, we're going to drop our other coin just outside of the door, and we're going to hug the wall inside to keep the door open. And when Zoe goes in to collect that coin, she will then see the second coin. We can then move away from the wall and close the door. And when she comes in to investigate, we can then quickly close the door behind her, be prepared for her to see the body, and just knock her out as quickly as you can. There we go. Now, if she doesn't see the body, obviously you can subdue her quietly, But for me, she spotted the body, so she got a fat jaw. So again, because there's nowhere else to hide the bodies, although she will be safe where she is, we just don't want her in view of the guard at the end of the corridor when we leave the bathroom. So we're going to hide her behind the door here as well, and we'll come back for her later on. So we're going to take the Archean guard, her bodyguard's outfit, and we're going to make our way now upstairs to you again, to Sophia Washington. Now be aware of the 2 patrolling Archean guards. I've just seen one of them exit the stairwell, but his enforcer friend was already ahead of him. Now the quickest way up to where Sophia is up the outside of the building between the main castle and the Constance Tower here. It is a little bit risky because you can risk being spotted, but it is the fastest route. Otherwise you'll have to go up the stairs and go round and around and around. But once we're up to the Archean Lounge, we are now going to set up Sophia Washington, and we're going to do that using the Sinclair ruse. So we're going to make our way into the back of the Hyperborean room, into this little control room area here. We're going to render the young lady on the controls unconscious and dump her body into the crate provided, and then we're just going to wait here using instinct for the gentleman you can see just moving on the left there. That is Mr. Sinclair, and we need the blueprints that he is carrying. We can also do with his outfit as well, but any Archean member will do. The blue Archean members, that is, the architects. So once the gentleman is over by the Hyperborea display, we can turn off the laptop. I suggest crouching when you do so, it's a lot quicker. And then turn it back on once we have Mr. Sinclair's attention. And when he comes in to investigate, we can then sneak up behind him, render him unconscious. Don't forget to collect the blueprint that he drops. We're going to hide his body in the crate provided and take his outfit. So once we have his outfit on, or any Archean architect, we are now going to locate the Constant. There he is. He's heading this way. He's going to come through those double doors any moment, and we are going to speak to him and go through a hell of a lot of cutscenes and dialogue sections, which we will skip through quickly.
No road. May I see those blueprints again, please? Sophia, I need to see you at the tower. I'm sure you are, and no, it can't.
You made a big mistake, Sinclair. This won't be going away.
So once we've met up with the Constant, met him at the tower, got Sophia over here, they are going to make their way upstairs for a private meeting where Sophia will chew out her boss, and we're going to wait for that conversation also to play out, which we will of course skip through because it does drag on. And at that point we can then render Sophia unconscious, and we can then move on to rendering the Constant unconscious, and that's where it's going to get somewhat tricky. So we're just going to wait here for this conversation to play itself out, and when it finally does, Sophia will attempt to make a phone call to Zoe, and we're going to interrupt her before she can say a word if possible. So as soon as she turns, we're going to duck through the window, sneak up behind her, render her unconscious, and we're going to leave her right there. And we'll come back for her a bit later on. So now the Constant. Now the Constant tends to follow people around, or should I say follow you around. So any area you go to and hang around him for too long, the Constant will make his way there as well. And as we are currently hanging around the Constant's tower, The Constant will leave because of the cutscene that we've just been through, but he will return rather shortly. So we need to make our way around to the front of the Constant's tower, to the glass bridge. So there is the Constant leaving now in a bit of a huff after being told off by an underling. And we are going to now drop our sedative bubblegum about halfway down the bridge. We don't want to be too close to the two patrolling guards behind us, but we don't want to be too far away either. So about there should do. And the Constant will return shortly and get distracted by that bubblegum and pass out, and the guards will see his body, he will be found, he will then run away. Then we can then take out the twins. Now if you don't have the bubblegum, you could use this opportunity to use the sedative syringe. If not, you will have to take out both of these guards and then subdue the Constant just outside the Constant's office, and then open the doors so that the butler can see the body. But you are likely to lose your silent assassin if you just knock him out without using some sort of sedative.
Shit. That was premature, 47. Quick, get him out of sight, then finish the mission. The clock is ticking.
So just as we've returned to Sophia, the Constant has already returned and has sampled the sedative bubblegum. And as expected, the Archean guard has found his body and will wake him up. He will then go into a panic and run away. He will go to the helicopter where Mr. Grey is waiting for him. And once they are clear of the island, we can then proceed to eliminate both of the targets. So once the Constant has his bearings, he's going to run off to the helicopter.
I need help right now.
The Constant has been alerted, 47. Mr. Gray?
Package secure. Returning to base. Have the anesthetic ready. Over.
Bloody hell. That was a close call. But we're not in the clear yet, 47. You need to take down the Washington twins, and fast, before they activate the kill switch. Go, now! The clock is ticking.
So from this point we have 5 minutes to eliminate both the targets.
Nice work, 47. Next up, Zoe Washington.
So with Sophia taken care of, all we've got to do is exit the Constant's tower, and instead of going back into the office area, we're going to drop down via the drain pipe just to our left. We're just going to wait for that guard down on the ground there to move away, and we can make our way straight back into the castle and into the bathroom, which is just through here. Here we are, and we are going to shoot Zoe in the head, and that's mission over.
Both targets down. Threat neutralized. Ah, bloody hell. That was a close call, 47. Now head towards an exit. We're done here.
So all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and unfortunately the helicopter exit is no longer available. So the nearest safe exit will be the harbour. We have one enforcer down at the Phoenix effigy to avoid, but as you can see that was easy enough. And all we have to do now is make it to our awaiting boat. So lots to do in that one. Quite time consuming as well, especially trying to get Zoe, but we got there in the end, and that is the final countdown challenge. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.